So once my department head asked me to create some type of document that she could share with other teachers who are putting together online lessons, I had about one evening to put something together. And so I thought about what I had learned at Fort Hayes. And so I created a Google slide presentation that could be easily shared with everyone. And that in and of itself was modeling one digital tool that can be used. I didn't want to make a PowerPoint presentation because that's not accessible to everyone who has an online link. And so I wanted to showcase how Google Slides could be accessed by anyone with a link. And so that's what I did. When I created, I gave them my top five um, go-to digital tools. I think that right now they could learn fairly easily and start implementing. And so I remembered what I learned in my previous courses about when you're making slides, you don't want to make them too busy. Limit your bullet points to 3 or 4 things maybe on a screen. Don't make the font too big, too small, not too many images, all that stuff that goes into making a clean and easily readable presentation. So I put together a slides presentation here. I provided the title of whatever the tool is up top. Could I talk more about Google Slides? Absolutely, but I wanted to keep it concise. And then I embedded a YouTube video tutorial. I went through and found the best ones and chose the best one that I thought was applicable. So I embedded a video, but then I also provided a link to written instructions on each one because I know that we all learn differently, and so I wanted to differentiate the instruction here. I know that some teachers would rather read step-by-step instructions, while others would rather watch a video to walk them through it. So I tried to stay consistent with my theme here and all the slides looking the same. Again, I've embedded a video for each one and then a link for each one. So I did Screencast-O-Matic, Edpuzzle, Powtoon, and eMaze. All of these digital tools I became familiar with and learned how to use throughout my time at Fort Hays State University. So I was able to easily talk about them and put this together. I had one evening to put this together and I was able to do that without a problem. But this was one example of how my teachers needed information immediately and they needed it accessible. And so I feel that moving forward in the fall, it's going to be like this on a larger scale. And so I'm going to need to be able to provide information in a concise way quickly to not only my students, but the colleagues in my building. So this is definitely what I foresee as the biggest challenge right now in my role as an educator. And so I'm glad as an understatement. I am very, very thankful that I chose to get this degree because I had no idea how pertinent it was going to be, or I didn't realize how quickly um, I would be using the knowledge that I obtained throughout this program. So this is what I've done to help address that biggest challenge. As far as ISTE standards, I see it as ISTE standard 2C. I'm modeling for colleagues the identification, exploration, evaluation, curation, and adoption of new digital resources and tools for learning. Just going to have to do that in a very, very terse and expedited manner. And not only that, but I'm modeling for my students as well. And again, I'm going to have to really rethink how I start my school year next year and roll out these digital tools quickly and get as much practice in with them as possible. So in the chance that we do have to go on another quarantine, my students will be able to continue their online learning seamlessly with me through digital content. So that concludes my biggest challenge. I'm sorry about the 2 different videos. Screencast-O-Matic just didn't want to comply today. Thank you for listening. It's been an awesome semester with all of you. I really learned a lot from each and every one of you who collaborated with me and helped me reflect on my work. Thank you so much.